right, good morning, everyone. Let's see here. On the left, I have IWM, and on the right is QQQ. Wow, QQQ is still turning up, huh? No, I mean like IWM. QQQ is a little bit, yeah, interesting. Let's see what happened during the first 5 minutes here. Right now, the system is just sitting there. It's just trying to read the data. It's not going to do anything um, the first 15 minutes. So let's just sit and wait. It's too volatile to trade during the first 15 minutes after the market open. The system wants to make sure that it can read, it has enough data to determine uh, which direction that the market would go. I mean, right now you have most of these price action come from like order they played like last night or after the market closed. It's still trickling in. So let's see. Uh, let's see. IWM is it crossed over the 20 days moving average yesterday, so that is a good sign. But let's see if it can continue to hold on to this 20 days moving average and bounce up or not. Last time it's crossover and then the next day it get rejected. All this here, the ran up yesterday and today, it has a lot to do with like whatever the President Trump said about the war in Iran. So that could change pretty quick too. All right, so right now we have the opening range for IWM. It's at like 250.85, and the lower range is like about 250. For QQQ, the opening range is about 583, and the low range is 580. For those who are new to the channel, let me quickly go through all these plots, these lines here. The yellow lines, this is the VWAP stretch upper band. The lower one is the lower band. The white line is VWAP. And then you have the cyan color. This is the EMA 9. And the red color line here is the EMA 21. So if you're familiar with VWAP and VWAP stretch, this is how it's typically happen. Let's say the price bows off VWAP as support, runs up. The minute it hit like the upper band, most likely it will stabilize and slowly retrace. and retrade to test VWAP again. I mean, the concept is like a rubber band. When you stretch it, the further you stretch out, the more energy it stores, and then it will snap right back. But anyway, right now the system is not really doing anything. It's just basically it's just reading data. It's just reading this candle, this indicator. It doesn't do anything during the first 15 minutes. After the first 15 minutes, once it has enough data, you will see it will fire like the signal in real time. When the condition lines up, it will say, hey, go long or go short, and all of that. Most of the time, I mean, I would say like I look at the my history of trading. First trade of the day usually is really bad. I mean, I tend to lose like 60 or 70% of the time on the first trade. The reason being is, let's say right now you're looking at IWM, it is trending up like that, and you got this like FOMO, and you want to jump in and buy a call option right at the spot. But the problem is when it's trending up like this, it has not show any sign of like a retest. You go in here, next thing you know is the price reversed and trending down. I mean, that happened to me like 60 or 70% of the time. So now, normally for the first trade, I only buy like I only open a very small position. Basically, it's just like a probe, open it. So in case, I mean, we have a day where the price just keep on running. So you don't miss that. But the idea is you open a small position and then just be patient and wait for this thing to retrace and test, let's say, either like at the opening range high or VWAP. Once you see it find some sort of support and bounce up, I mean, that's when you load up, you add more to your position. But the first trade is deadly if you're not careful. So for me now, I mean, I don't have like the FOMO like I used to. Right now, I'm trying to be a lot more systematic. All I am looking for is like one good setup. That's it. Really, the idea is like you don't need higher percentage of winning in order to make money. You can have like two or three losing trades, but the idea is like gotta cut the losses. So very small losses on your losers. But when you have a good setup, a winning trade, you have to be able to let it ride. And if you can do that, you will make money. Example, I mean, yesterday, the first two signal that the system fired resulted in like quick exit. So there was like small losses. But the third signal it fired, right after it fired the third signal, QQQ ran up 8 points. So yesterday I was able to recover the losses for the first two trades and make a lot of money on the third signal. So that's the idea. The idea is you have to be like, I mean, more systematic if you're trading, especially day trading. You gotta take that human emotion out because the human emotion is the thing that causes you to lose money. The idea is like, hey, when you are in a good trade and the first minute when you see a red candle, you get all nervous and you want to exit so that you can lock in like a very small gain. Uh, the only problem is like after you get out of the trade, the price continue to move higher. Then you're like kicking yourself in the behind and say, wait a minute, I should keep that. And on the flip side, when you're in a trade, a losing trade, but then you're too afraid to exit because you keep on saying, hey, if I keep it, the price will reverse and go my way. I bet if you look, I mean, if you are trading like day trading, if you log every trade you make, now you go back and take a look at that. If you can cut the losses for those losers really, really quick, I can almost guarantee you that you make money instead of losing. We lose money because like the loser tend to be the one that like wipe out most of the account. So as you can see, the price ran up. Now it's reversing. That's why the first trade is very difficult to. And right now it's like 6:43. So the system is still sitting there, just collecting data. It's not going to do anything right now. Man, this looked like a bear swap here. I'm just guessing, but it's really hard for me to imagine that the market could continue to go up today. It ran up a lot yesterday, out of like just in news about like, hey, Donald want to get out of the war, but I mean, how real is that? So we'll find out. So the way I trade right now is like I'm just basing on this system here. Whenever it fire a signal, whether go long, go short, exit, or whatever it is, I'm just following that. I don't have to think about anything. If it tell me to scale out a position that I'm in, I scale out. Why? Because the system read more indicators, more candle structures than I can uh, by just like by looking at a chart. It's impossible to be able to decipher everything. The system is coded to understand that. So for me right now, trading is it's not about like jumping up and down. I mean, it has to be systematic. We just started like live streaming again, so I mean, there's not that many people knowing about the channel. If you're a new user and if you like what you see here, please spread the word. If we get more people into the channel, that would be nice. And also click that like button. I appreciate that. So right now the price ran up and it is trading within the opening range right now. The market is still trying to find direction. That's what it is. That's why we don't. I mean, the system do not generate any signal during the first 15 minutes. It needs to see at least guess the direction of the market before it fire any signal. Because if you trade while the price is like just not moving, just the time decay in option pretty much kill you. Wow, this look like this could be like a bull swap here. But no, when you look at the candle structure, I mean, there's a lot of like selling pressure. Look at this very long upward wick here. Look at this. There's a lot of selling pressure. The volume for IWM today is twice the average volume for the past 10 trading sessions. So let's see what happened here. I mean, right now there's a lot of selling pressure to see. There it is. It's getting red here. All this long wick. The longer wick showing that hey, I mean, there's a lot more selling pressure pushing the price down. Right now, the price is right at the opening range low, so there's buying support at this point. But if it break down, then watch out. There's definitely a temptation to go long here. The price tested OR low and then bounce. This is a pretty good looking green candle. But the only thing we have to, I mean, for me, when I look at these two candles here, yeah, it's the system trigger. You go long, but be caution. I still don't like the long wick here. So I may open just one option. Yeah, it bounces off VWAP as well. That's why the system triggered this go long signal. So you see the system fire signal in real time. It read all the candle structures, the all the indicators, volume. I mean everything you can think of. Basically, this has like the entire technical analysis book built in. But the most important thing is when it is wrong, it will tell us to exit right away. So I mean, cut the losses and maximize the gain if it is right. The score here is 4, so it's it's a little bit below average. The reason being again because the first trade or the first signal of the day, there's always that big risk. But it's see that hey, I mean, pretty much a lot of things that lined up. Number one, the price is currently trading over the 20 days moving average, which is a big bullish sign. Number two, it tested VWAP and it bounced up, so that's another plus as well. And when you look at the EMA 9 and EMA 21, they all curved up, so that's a good sign. But again, this is the first signal of the day. So basically, it's saying, hey, listen, be very careful. Just open a small positions, and the key here is wait for it to retest. Let's say VWAP again, and this time if it's bounce off VWAP, find supported VWAP, that's when you add more. But if it doesn't, then you get out right away. So it's saying go long, and if you like trade option IWM, it said buy at the money, which is the straight price of 250. So now it looked like the price is like trying to go back and retest VWAP here. If it can break out and cross over the opening range high, then there's a good chance it can run. So really, the first signal is like you open a small position. It's probing. Basically, you want to jump in. So in case this thing run up, you don't want to miss the ride. But the idea is like don't go in like full positions. Wait for this thing to test. So now, I mean, if it can hold like EMA 9 here and bounce up and cross over opening range high, and if the momentum is there, that's when you add more. QQQ is not doing anything. Interestingly, the volume for today is exactly the same as the average uh, volume for the past 10 trading session. Right now, IWM is trying to break out of this opening range high. As long as it can trade above the EMA 9, it has a chance. But at the same time, when you look at the candle, this candle here, very long upper wick, meaning that, well, people are dumping, selling pressure is there. But there's buyer supporting it. That's why you still see this thing trading above the EMA 9 as well as VWAP. So if this thing can break out, first thing it need to do is really cross over this prior high at this point. If it does, it could run up and retest this VWAP upper stretch level. But if it can reject here, well, it need to find support right at this VWAP level. Yeah, I finally did something right. I mean, I messed around with OBS, and it seemed like the lag between like I mean live stream is a lot better now. All right, IWM is trying to break out there, guys. But it gets slammed down again. Let's see if it can find the momentum. So right now the lag is about like half a second. Yep, it's trying again. I mean, if this thing can break out, it could run. QQQ, the system is it's looking to see whether or not the indicators are there to fire this go long signal. I mean, it's still waiting for the for the candle to close. One thing that it was concerned. Let me see if I can. There's a signal. There's a alert right before that. What it's saying is this here. Okay, I am a little bit concerned about like this long upper wick here. Yeah, that's why it's reading the candle structure, and this is like a 2 minutes chart. So it won't fire the signal until the candle is closed. As you can see, when the candle was trending up, it meets all the requirement. That's why it displayed that like go long alert, but then the candle drop. Now it does it here. It's set like wick absorb, meaning that it look at this prior candle and it see, well, hey, the upper wick is very high. I mean, there's like selling pressure, so just be careful. Basically, that's what this wick absorb alert means. So now, if this candle close green, and if it meets all of the condition, it will fire like the go long signal here. But it is reading. It's afraid that this could be a trap. The reason being, again, like I said, because of the long upper wick on this candle. Even though you see like a three straight green candle, I mean it's bullish, but the system saying that, hey, listen, I don't like this upper wick here, meaning there's a lot of selling pressure. That's why it's hesitate. It's a little bit hesitate in terms of like trigger the signal, unless this candle here is very very bullish. That's why right now you're starting to see this alert, but it's not gonna basically completely show the alert until the candle is closed. I don't like this here. I mean, look like this trending. This candle closed green, but I mean, I don't like it because this could potentially be a trap here. This could potentially be a trap. I mean, the system warned us. It's just like this candle is like closed green. So it said, well, go in, but small positions. For me, looking at this, I'm a little bit concerned. I will not go in until this candle is green again. Otherwise, I mean, this could potentially be a bad trap here. Wow, look at that. There's a long wick. It's bullish. Maybe the system knows a lot more than I do. Looks like they are pushing it down. Let's see if QQQ can hold support at VWAP. Yeah, there's a lot of selling pressure right now. If you look at the candle. Hmm. Oh, look like the price may try to reverse, go up here. Wow, what is that? Add to position? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Wow. QQQ. I mean, it's depending on how this candle close. I mean, it's trying to tell us that hey, the setup is looking good. Add more to your position. Hmm. Let's see if the thing is right. AI goes wacko here. Still a lot of selling. Yeah, one other thing about watching like price action in real time is, I mean, it's interesting. It's scary. You never know. how the candle moves. I mean, up or down, up or down, up or down, all of that. The only concern is like the price ran up so much yesterday. I mean, is there any more juice left or any more gas left in the tank for it to continue to move higher? I mean, the rationale is just like when you play roulette at the casino. After you see like red comes out like 10 times, and now you want to play black. Wow, QQQ. Let's see here. Oh, there's a big push down. IWM is looking interesting. I mean, it's testing like VWAP a couple times and able to bounce off VWAP, and the signal still intact right now. It's still this go long. Wow, look at IWM. Hmm. Whoa, look at IWM. Wow, I'm tempting to add to IWM here. It bounced off VWAP twice. Look at this. Look at the system. Look at QQQ. Oh shit. I would think that this thing would like drop, but the system fire like go long here, and then this sucker just say, "Hey, add more." I mean, I never think that you would want to add at this point here, but what do I know? This system knows more than I do. Look at this. Oh shit. Zombie cry, zombie cry. Come on, zombie cry up. Oh, they're running it down. Maybe I say too soon here. I like IWM, man. IWM look like it's gonna, it's trying to break out here. Hmm. IWM is looking good, guys. Wow. Oh, it got slammed down. Look at that red candle. Wow. Oh, that's buying here. Look at this candle. I mean, if it closed green, that'd be nice. Oh, they're pushing it down. They are pushing it down. IWM is looking good. I mean, it's trying to cross over the opening range high here. Well, let's see if it can do that. If it cross over, then this may turn out to be a good call if it can cross. If not, it could get slammed. Look at that! Look at that! Look at IWM! Whoa! It is trying. It is trying. This is the oh yeah, look at it. It's trying here. Let's see if it can pop over that. Yeah, I mean, if this thing break out, it'd be great because here it's saying I'll go in, but small position, and then wait for this thing to retest VWAP. That's what it did here. If it bounces off VWAP, you add more at this point. Let's see if this thing continues to go up or not. If it does, then man, that's a heck of a trade. Hmm. So guys, everything is in real time here. The system fires signal in real time. There's no trick, nothing. What you see is what you get. It does things that I don't even know. But I think so far, I mean, it's pretty good with IWM here. That's a good call, man. Look at this. It's breaking out IWM. Whoa, look at IWM. Look at that. Come on, let's break out and see if it can go all the way and test the upward stretch at 252. I think it's going to be hard because it's up like over 1% already. But what do I know? The system just does whatever the hell it want to do. I am just a typical retail trader. Lost a lot of money guessing. Whoa, look at IW. Look at this. Look at like QQQ as well. QQQ is trying to break out as well. But I think IWM is stronger. QQQ is still below the 20 days moving average. Oh shoot. What the heck? Man, if IWN can break over the prior high, this thing will definitely test like the upper stretch level. The key is, can it do that or not? Hey, got slammed down. All right, let's see if we try again and hopefully get lucky next time. Hmm. Come on, man. Because if IWM drop again, this could be a nasty double top here. Hmm. Running it down. Man, look like this thing is running out of steam here. Running out of gas. All right. Let's see if both QQQ and IWM can hold VWAP. Yeah, look like it's holding VWAP here. IWM. Is it going to try to retest the session high again? Yeah, IWM looks stronger than QQQ today for some reason. I'm not sure. Ah, look at that! Look at that! Whoa! Whoa! Look at that! Look at that! Whoa! Uh-oh, let's see if this thing can hold this gain here. The big candle, then it gets slammed again. Damn. Yeah, look like it's they're gonna slam it down right now. That was a big ass candle, but it cannot hold. Uh-oh. Come on, let's see if this thing can continue to move up here. Wow, it's still trying, huh? IWM looks good, guys. IWM looks good. Man, up on a small position here. Add more when it bounces off VWAP. Man, you already probably double. Wow, look at it, it's trying again. It's trying to break out. Man, IWM look good. But every time when they try to run, they push it down. They push it down. It has to cross over this candle here. Wow, look at IWM. Ha! Guys, look at this. Isn't this a wonderful signal or what? Mm. That's still very green. This a really good signal, the system fire here, IWM. And after that, retested VWAP. This is perfect to add more to your positions. And now I think you can scale out a little bit, but hey, the system hasn't said anything about scale out yet. And let's see if it's right about like QQQ here. It fired a go long signal right here. Then at this point, it's a add to position. Now let's see if this thing is going to break out or not. Let's see. Let's see if this thing continue to go up or what, or if it's going to reverse. Right now, it looks like it is consolidating, especially QQQ. If this thing consolidate and break out, man, it could go up and test 586, but hopefully it's it's not gonna get slammed. I mean, if you look at the overall structure, it still look bullish. Why? Because VIX is still low, and the ratio of buying versus selling on the New York Stock Exchange favor buying. So maybe there's still some juice here. Let's see if this thing can break out. And let's see if it can break out. QQQ is horrible. Oh, sheesh. Come on, QQQ. Let's see if it can pop. Like I said, the structure still favor bullish. VIX is trending down. There's more buying than selling on the New York Stock Exchange. There he go. There he go. Come on, do something. Break out. Come on, break out. Break out. He's still getting slammed. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. Look at both QQQ and IWM. This fucking system knows. Look at that. Damn. Look at that. Come on, come on. Man, this thing could zombie grime up. Man, guys, how do you like that? Isn't the system crazy or what? Perfect, perfect, perfect. How do you like the system? Hey, young man, are you trading? All right, I'm scaling a quarter of my go along here. The system is telling me to scale quarter, so that's good. Make good money on this guy already. Yeah, also make some good money on QQQ. So, I mean, when you look at this here, the system fired two beautiful signals. QQQ go along at 10:38 this morning, and right after that, at around like 10:30, let's see here, at about like 6 minutes later, it fired this like add more to the position because it see everything aligned, the whole structure aligned. Okay, let me see if I can show you guys something really quick here. Beside just the volume, it also tracked the buying and selling on the New York Stock Exchange. The bottom line here is basically this is the ratio of like selling versus no buying versus selling. When you see the green candle like this, especially this big green candle, meanings that there's a lot more buying on the New York Stock Exchange than selling. So what does it mean? It means that the whole thing is extremely, extremely bullish. Let me also show you another thing here. I'm going to move this right up. This plot here, let me see if you can, you can see it. This is VIX, and if you look at VIX, VIX is extremely low. Let me see if I can get rid of some of this indicator so that I can explain to you guys better. Let's see here. That's all right. I'm just going to try to move it up a little bit more. All right. So this is VIX here. Oh, let me see if you can see it. VIX trending down. You see it's all green, meaning that there's no volatility. I mean, this is extremely, extremely bullish. So you have the New York Stock Exchange. People are buying, they're not selling. That is the first bullish indicator. The second indicator is VIX is way, way low. That's why the system fired this go long. And when you look at the, let me see here. It's really hard for me to do this. All right. The signal, it said, it's a solid signal here. But because of the fact that it saw these two candle before that, it just say, hey, open a small position, even though the score is 6, which is a solid score. Then about like at 10:14, it saw the momentum, it saw how bullish this thing is. It said, hey, now you can go full position, add more to your position. And that's what I did here at this point. And after that, as you can see, the price continued to trend up. And then at this point, it said, hey, listen, scale some out. So I scale about a quarter of my position right now. And just sit and try to ride the trade. I mean, this is a solid setup. And when you look at like all the low here, it's established higher low. You plot this line, right now the price is still trading inside this ascending trend line, meaning it's still very bullish. But the minute this thing like close outside of this trend line, then you have to be a little bit more careful, because once it's dropped out of the ascending trend line, unless it can find support, there's a good possibility that the people who make so much money, they would start to take profit. So this is QQQ, guys. I mean, what you're seeing here is in real time. The system read all those signals, the candle, price structure, everything, and it fire the signal when it see it's time to go long or short. And the same thing with this one here, which is IWM. It fire only one signal at like 9:50 in the morning, go long. And since then, I mean, the price just like, so today I'm already more than triple my options right now. I mean, this is a very successful day. Yesterday, it caught this like huge run in QQQ, and I mean, I 4 times my option. So yesterday and today, I mean, the system near perfect. the trend is still up. That's why the system hasn't said anything yet. Um, One thing nice about the system is if there's a good setup, it will allow us to basically ride the trade and get the most out of this. Enter here, small position, and then when it see the timing is right, it said add more. And then it say, well, scale out a little bit, scale out. And now, I mean, just try to ride the rest. So basically, you already lock in your profit. And next right now is like, just like yesterday, it could ride up. But if it's starting to retrace, it will tell you to get out. So, I mean, a day like today, it's makes trading fun because nothing better than like three times your money in like half an hour. But definitely, I mean, this is a perfect signal. Go along at this point, the price ran up and then retest opening range high. I mean, you see this like hammer follow with this huge bullish candle. I mean, that's when add to the position because at this point here, it see that the structure, the momentum, everything is favor. Okay. Um, Now Vic is starting to go up a little bit, but I mean it's still got a lot of juice because when you look at this line, that is the ascending trend line. I mean, I plot the slide based on all the low, the high low that established during the day. And as you can see, let me zoom it in. The minute the price hit this ascending trend line, look like there is support here. Look like it's starting to bounce. I mean, as long as the price stay inside the ascending trend line, meaning the run is still in place. So, I mean, this system, what's really cool is like it read the candle signal and it's, all of the indicators, all of the the candle structure, the candle patterns and stuff like that. And it decipher all of that and it spit out the signal in real time. The nice thing is like, let's say for us, we can look at the graph, but it's very difficult for us to process all of the stuff on the screen while this thing does. And the best thing is what? It takes the human emotion out of trading because that is how you lose money. You let your emotion takes over. I mean, this thing is just systematic. If it say get out, get out. If it say buy, buy. If it say scale, scale. That's it. That's the only way for us to move from losing money to eventually become a successful trader. One of the things like when you look at this here, it's not me guessing or predicting or telling you like when to enter a trade. I mean this this system basically what it does it read in the price structure. It look at all the indicators and it look at way more than us can look at. I mean, just like I said, it look at like how the trading is on the New York Stock Exchange. Is that like there are more buying than selling, because one of the things is like most of the time, whatever happened on the major exchange, the New York Stock Exchange, will eventually spread over to this like the Nasdaq or the Russell 2000, which is IWM. So when you see all the, I don't know if you can see this or not, but let me try to move it up again. So when you see like there's a lot of like green candles, this is the chart that show the ratio of like buying versus selling on the New York Stock Exchange. If you see a lot of green candles here, you definitely do not want to short um, whatever stock. It doesn't matter. I mean, like Nvidia, Netflix, or whatever the heck that is, because if you short it while the major exchange is like there's a lot of like momentum, buying momentum, you're gonna get killed, even at the current moment. Let's say Nvidia may be like um, going down, but it's just a matter of time. And trust me on this. I mean, I look at this like it's just a matter of time. Maybe a couple minutes after that, you will see Netflix starting to die. And I know Netflix would starting to move up because that's how it is. I mean, so right now we are starting to see some red candles on the exchange. So I mean, people are selling a little bit right now. So when you enter, like the system tells us to enter and add more to QQQ, and after that, it tells you to scale out. So basically, you lock in all you can. Now, let's say if you started with like two options, at this point, it say, well, add to position. You add, let's say, eight more options, so you have 10 options. At this point, it say, well, scale out some, scale out a quarter. So you scale out some, and then it said like scale out some more. So now you're probably holding about two options, and now it allows you to really ride it. If this thing, let's say, continue to trend up like zombie grind, you will make more money. But the minute the price reverse, it will tell you to get the heck out. That's what this system is. And basically, the way the system is structured, I mean, it's almost like you take the whole TA books in it and more. Because like the technical, when you look at technical analysis, most of the time they just show you how to identify patterns. But identify patterns alone is not enough. It's not the pattern, but it's the structure behind it. Okay? The pattern may be bullish, but if the structure is not bullish, it's just a matter of time before the price would reverse on you. That is the key thing I want to, the point. A lot of time when you see people say, hey, okay, I mean, the price is running up, retrace, look like it's forming a bull flag. So let's jump in. But the problem is, let's say QQQ is forming this bull flag. You see it starting to break out. But on the major exchange, I mean, there's a tremendous selling pressure. So what happened is when you enter here, next thing you know is the price is reverse and then drop like a rock. That is the difference between just looking at pattern versus looking at the entire structure behind that. And that's what the system does. It look at both. It look at the candle pattern. It look at the structure. That's why, look, it's Leah, let me show you guys this. It fired this like go long at this point. Then the price drop. I mean, when we see like two big red candle, I mean, especially this is like a bullish, bearish engulfing. A lot of people would like, okay, let's get out. But the system doesn't tell us to get out because it see the whole structure behind it is really, really bullish. That's what happened when the price dropped and test VWAP. It bounced right up and it continued to zombie grind up. Every time when it run out, let's say RSI is getting kind of like high or low, high actually, then it just slowly consolidate. So RSI drop, and then after that, it bounced right back up. I mean, this is like zombie grinding up. So think about what I said. Don't just based on the pattern. There has to be that structure behind it. Otherwise, you would likely get into like the traps all the time. Just like a bull trap, bear trap, and all that. When everything, the pattern looks great. Oh wow, the pattern's telling me that I should jump in. But the minute you jump in, I mean, they pull the rug right off you. Why? Because the structure is the key. So IWM is consolidate. Now, if it can bounce off, I mean that this it bounced off right at this point. If it bounces off this, there's a chance it could go higher. But right now, EMA 9 is below EMA 21. If you look at this chart so far, when the price was grinding up, every time when EMA 9 is near EMA 21, it bounces right back up. That's when the trend is going up. So the key here is whether or not, I mean, we will see the price run up and then EMA 9 point upward again. If not, then this could potentially be the beginning of a reversal. Another thing that I want to explain a little bit here is like, this is really interesting. All right, let me just zoom in and look at, and why it make this go along is so powerful. First, price trending up. And then at this point, it closed above the opening range high. But the system did not fire go along at this point. Actually, what it said is like wick absorb waiting. Why it said that? The reason it said that because it say, wait a minute, I am examining all the candle before this, and I see that there's a lot of selling pressure here. The all this long upper wick. So I don't know whether or not this could potentially be a trap. So don't go long here. Just sit and wait. And then the next candle, it's see a doji closed right at the opening range high. And the candle follow it is a hammer, bullish side. So basically, it's interpreting this. It's saying, listen, seller is trying to push the price down. But buyer overwhelmed the seller. So this is a true bullish side. That's why it gave it a score of 6. and it's set like solid. It tells us basically buy call option at 583. That's why this signal is so powerful. And then after that, let me do this. After that, if you look at this, the price bounced back, retested the opening range high again, bounced right back up. Then this candle here was the key. Big green candle. So there's a lot of buyer pushing this thing up. That is when they say, hey guys, I mean, this looks real. So you started a position at this point. Now it's okay to add more to your position and let's just sit and wait. So that's the true conviction. And the structure is telling it that it's safe to add more to your position. And then obviously after that, I mean, we see this thing continue to go up. And then it tells us to scale out. So basically right now, if we follow the system, you already make money. And whatever, like couple options you have left to ride is, it's just like gravy. See, before I architect this system here, I trade. But the problem is like when you trade, let's say if you enter a position right here, I mean, you don't know when to get out. A lot of people say, hey, you enter a position, the minute you make like 10, 15%, you start to scale back. But the problem is sometimes you scale back like a day like today. If you scale like after 15, 20% gain, then you see this thing run up like this. You say, oh shit, why did I scale out for? Also, let's say if you enter here, then you start to see this big red ugly candle. Volume is high. I mean, it's scared. Now you want to get out. But you get out at this point, you lose everything. That's why the system is like very smart in the way it's designed. It read in all these kind of structure. Just like I said before, the key thing is not really about the pattern. The pattern alone is not really telling you whether this thing will continue to move up or not. It's the structure behind that. And the system understand that. That's why at this point it doesn't tell you to get out. I mean, everything is systematic. And even though right now I am still like, I mean, improving, tweaking, testing. But so far, if I follow the system, buy when they tell me to buy, sell when they tell me to sell, because the thing is, when it's wrong, it forces you to cut your loser right away. So you lose more, but a day like today, you can make 3 times your money. I mean, yesterday, I make 4 times my money. Why? Because it allowed me to stay in and basically benefit from a good setup or a winner. It allows us to squeeze all the juice out of like a big run. And that's the difference between like losing or winning in day trading. Day trading is very difficult. I mean, they say like over 99% of retail traders lose money, and that's the truth. I lost a lot of money in the past. And when I look back at all the trades I make and why did I lose money, I would say at least 80% of that has to do with the human emotion. I mean, fear of missing out. So let's say when it's running up like this, that's when I jump into buy. when I jump in to buy only to see it reverse like this. And then you get nervous, you sell. That's how you lose money. And then when you pick a good setup, uh, I mean, you don't know when to scale out or when to sell, so you tend to sell early. Uh, let's say you pick a winner, you start to see like, okay, I'm making $100, $150, then you see like two big red candle, then you get all nervous, and then you sell everything, try to lock in like $75, only to see that, hey, if I have the nerve to stay now, instead of like making $75, now my option make like $1,000. If you trade options, all it takes is like go up by 1 point or 2 point. You can double your money, and that's what the system does for me. It takes that human emotion out of trading. And another cool thing is this system is just like a very experienced technical analysis, a TA expert. So I don't have to worry about, okay, this candle is a hammer, or three of this is a stair step red. I don't have to worry about like RSI. I don't have to worry about all of this because this guy knows everything. It know that right now the price is like very near the VWAP stretch upper limit, so it's not gonna tell you to like buy at this point. It just basically, hey, you started with like two options, you add eight more. Now you scale out, you have like one or two options left. Then let's just ride it. I mean, this is like dealer's money right now, but it's not gonna tell us to put money into a trade that is already, pretty much like 80% done. So when you look at like IWM, this is very bullish because the price hit this high and it consolidated, and the minute it retests the prior low, which is right at this point, there it is. It found support and bounced right back up. And when you look at EMA 9, it is pointing up right now. So, everything is still looking very bullish. It seemed like, the past couple of weeks when we have this like major drop in price, it's almost like now the market is recovering right now. It's continue to grind slowly, slowly up. All right, guys, I think I am going to uh, log off pretty soon here. I already make my money for today. The system fired two, I would say, near perfect signal. One, let me zoom it out. One for QQQ. Perfect at 10:04. It fired like a go long. It said, well, everything is solid. The score is about 6, which is like above average, solid setup. But it said, hey, start with a small positions. So here I got two call options, and then the price retrace and test opening range high, bounce right back up on very strong volume. Let me see here. That is when it fired another signal at two positions because you see that the structure is there. This is definitely a bullish trend. So I added 8 more options. So I have 10. And then after that, I scale a quarter out, scale a little bit more out because it tells me to do so. And now I have 2 options left. And I'm just sitting right now and writing this. So I think I'm just gonna maybe another 5 or 10 minutes, and I'm just gonna I'm done with today. My options already up more than like almost 3 times already. So it was a good day. This is QQQ, and the same thing with like IWM. It fired one perfect. Um, Go long at 9:50 this morning. And then after that, it's say about scale out because it ran up a lot. So right now I have only one option left. I mean, just playing with the dealer's money. But when you look at QQQ, look like it's still, I mean, continue this zombie grind up. So the system, I mean, fired signal in real time. It is like perfect today. It fired 2 signals, and they're like money in the bank signal. All right, I think I am just gonna stream another 5 minutes, and I'm gonna close my positions. I'm done for today. 2 good trades, one with QQQ, and the other one with IWM. I opened the IWM position right at this point when the price, not when it fired this first signal, but when the price retraced, tested VWAP and bounced. That's when I enter. That was a great. I mean, QQQ was like a 250.4. It ran all the way to like 252.5. That's 2 point scan. But QQQ is still grinding up. That's why I'm reluctant to sell the rest of the options. And the system is not telling me to do anything. It's still sensing that hey, the uptrend is still intact. Another thing too, I wanna kind of like go over is like normally when you see the price run up, and the key thing is like EMA 9 tend to be like up, EMA 21 tend to be way down. But when you see both trend is up, but EMA 9 and EMA 21 are very close together. You see this here? Very, very close. What does it mean? It means that this is a very, very healthy uptrend, meaning that the price can continue to zombie grind up more. So that's the key there. But if you see like, I mean, EMA 9 is like way, way above EMA 21, be careful because it could be a sudden drop that would cause the price to die. But QQQ right now is looking very, very healthy. So in the future, when you enter a trade and it's run up, keep your eyes on this combo, EMA 9 and EMA 21. If they are very close together and then the EMA 9 continue to lead EMA 21, but the gap, you see the gap here, is very, very low. I mean, there's almost like there's no gap between them. This is very, very healthy trend. You don't have to worry about it. I mean, just let's sit. That's what I'm doing right now. Just sit and wait because I can squeeze like a couple more bucks. Just holding on to this trade. There's no need for me to sell it right now. If you look at like IWM, I mean, when you look at like the EMA 9, there's a gap between them. That's why you see the price is a lot more volatile. Um, EMA, IWM drop, but QQQ is pretty much just zombie cry up. Why? Again, because this year is it's telling us, the signal is telling us that hey, the trend is still looking very healthy. There's people still supporting the price. There are still buyers. So I mean, just stay patient. Maybe this thing will run up to about and test the VWAP upper stretch level, which is like at 588 and a half. Right now it's around like 587. Man, today was a good day, easy day. You make money in the first hour of trading. There's nothing better than that. No stress. I mean, if you day trade, you know it's very stressful because every red candle is like somebody punch your stomach if you're in a long position. That's what the system does. Basically, now I don't think about that. When the system tells me to go in and buy, I know that if it is wrong, it will tell me to get out. If it is right, it will tell me to stay put. Don't worry about it. So there's no FOMO, no fear, whatever. It's just systematic. The same thing as like I'm still holding two options for QQQ right now. It doesn't worry me at all, even though I mean the price ran up a lot since I opened it. But the system hasn't tell me that hey, scale out or exit, so I'm not doing it. But 5 more minutes. I think I'm gonna close all my positions and go out and maybe like ride my bike. It's a good day, man. Yesterday was another great day. 4 times my option when the system caught that big run up in price for QQQ. I mean, it fired another perfect signal at 12:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And about like 6 minutes after that, QQQ just went berserk. 8 point gains in like less than half an hour. I mean, that was fantastic. And today, beautiful signals. Can't ask for anything better. And the thing is, like, if you watch this live stream for the first time, it's not me who is predicting and telling you guys, hey, I'm going long at certain point or whatever it is. The system does that for me. And I'm just trading, following what the system tells me. So what you're seeing here is in real time. I mean, it fired a signal in real time. And what's really cool about the system is it analyzes every price action, every candle, every indicator, everything. It's looking at the ascending trend line, descending trend line, uh, all that stuff. Not only that, it's also looking at what's happening on the major exchange to see if the momentum is there. If the momentum is there, then well, the thing will continue to goes up. But the minute it see that okay, the momentum is like slowing down on the exchange, that's when it's going to start to tell us to scale out. So that's why when you look at this, I mean, it plot all this line, and let me quickly explain what it is. So after the market open, the first thing it needs to do is establish what we call is like the opening range, which is like, hey, when the market opens, especially the first 5 minutes, there's a lot of volatility because a lot of order that people open, they place like after the market closed the day before. So that's why when you look at this, you see the volume is extremely high during the first 5 minutes. So the system track that and they say, okay, now I know there is a range. It's called the opening range. There is a high, there's a low. It knows that when the price is trading inside the range, I mean, you don't want to touch that because it's just like grinding up and down. But the minute the price break out of, let's say, the high of the opening range, then it knows that like the buyers are winning the war. So there's a potential for the price to run up. But if the price break down and drop below the opening range low, that is when it's saying the sellers are in control. So that's the first two lines here, the purple line. And the next dotted line, which is important as well, it is the ATR, average true range, I think. Basically what it does, it determines the price range of this thing here. And if you look at on a normal day, you see the price tend to rotate. When it goes to the upper range, it tend to retrace, and then the minute it hit the lower range, it tend to bounce. But on a day like today, because the momentum is strong, you see it continue to kind of like ride the upper range. But let's say on a day when you see the price doesn't move much, you will see people tend to scout when they see the price run up and hit the upper range, this dotted white line here. They tend to buy short and then wait for the price to go down and test the lower range. The minute it tests the lower range, then they sell. So they just do it 2, 3, 4 times a day, make a little bit of money. Then you have like the white line. That's very important here. This is VWAP. This is the volume weighted average. I think what it means is like this is the average price that people paying for the stock. So when you see the prices above VWAP, meaning it's bullish. I mean, people are pushing the price up. And that's why you hear a lot that, hey, whenever the price tests VWAP, it bows. You want to buy off the VWAP bows. And then we also have like the this line cyan, which is like EMA 9, and red one is EMA 21. I explained earlier, I mean, it's really important to track these two lines. When the price moving up like this, which is like QQQ ran up a lot today. It ran from like, let's see, at this point, which is like 580, all the way to almost 588 right now. So it's a 8-point ran up in price. Normally, when you see the price run up, it tend to retrace. The key thing is looking at the combination of these two lines. If these lines are very closely together, this indicates a very healthy trend, meaning that the bullish trend is still intact. So if you just happen to buy here, you scale out some, you leave like 1 or 2 options at this point. When you see the EMA is very close together and EMA 9 continue to lead EMA 21, just leave it there because there's still a chance for this thing to go higher. Lastly, there's 2 lines, this yellow line. What is it? It is the VWAP stretch upper band and the VWAP stretch lower band. When the price run up, get to the upper band, that's when it's like running out of gas. This is VWAP. This is the upper band. Think of it like just like a rubber band. This is like one hand and at the other hand you pull the rubber band, so it go up like that. It get to the point when you cannot pull any further, and when you cannot pull any further, which is when it hit the upper stretch limit, it will stop, and then slowly it will basically snap back. I mean, that's physics. When you pull it, that's when the energy gets stored. And the minute it snaps, you're gonna see this thing snap back. Most likely go back and retest VWAP. And if it cannot find support at VWAP, that's when the price will dive. So these lines are very important. The system draw this thing because it look at all of this stuff. So I still got a couple options. Reluctant to sell because I mean, the trend is still healthy. But I think I got enough. I'm gonna close my the rest of my position right now and just go and ride my bike. All right, so have a great day, everybody. I mean, hope you come back tomorrow and see this system live in action. Like I said yesterday, it was great. I mean, a perfect signal, 4 times my option, and today it fired just near perfect signal again. Go along at this point, add more to position at this point, and after that, the price just ran up. I mean, what you see is the system fire the signal in real time. So today, I mean, my QQQ, I'm like 3 times my 3x right now. And the same thing with like IWM. It fired the signal at like 9:52 in the morning. And after that, never look back. So tomorrow I will live stream again. I mean, I live stream every day. So if anybody who are like trading QQQ or option IWM, you may want to take a look and see how the system perform. You will be surprised because for me, I've been follow this system religiously. When they tell me to buy, I buy. When they tell me to sell, I sell. And so far, it's performing really well. Because the nice things about the system is what? When it is wrong, it forces you to cut your losses right away. So you minimize your losses. Example, yesterday, it fired 2 go long in the morning, and both of them resulted in hard exit. So I lost on the first 2 trades, but the loss was minimal. The third, before that big run up in QQQ, I 4 times I 4x the last trade. I was able to recover all my losses, and make money. Today is really an easy trading day, no stress. The 2 signal fire early in the morning, and then the price just like grind up after that. So today is a very profitable day. But anyway, guys, I am done for today. I am just going to close my positions and stop the stream. Hopefully, I can see you guys again tomorrow. Come back tomorrow and see this system live. Have a great day, everyone. It was really great.